right, it's time for this week's Spring Read, spotlighting new books for you to enjoy. We're sharing a new book, Superwoman Wealth, How to Become Your Own Financial Hero. It's a guide to empower professional women to take an active role in their finances. It also addresses women's unique relationships with money and offering practical advice on becoming more comfortable with financial planning and management. So the author, Regina McCann-Hess, joins me now. Regina, thank you so much for joining us here. This is such a huge topic and to be a little bit daunting and a little bit scary to talk about. When I hear financial planning, I get a little nervous. But why did you think that there was such a huge audience that needed something like this?
Yeah, so working with women throughout my career, I found that we tend to split up the chores in a relationship, and rarely do we take the financial planning chore. So when there's a life transition, like a divorce, a separation, or becoming a widow, we have to relearn those skills. And it's a little hard, but also we don't have the confidence. So once we build that confidence and do a little bit of education, women actually tend to do really well with it, and they stick to the financial planning goals a lot easier than their male counterparts once they have that confidence.
Interesting. Okay, so in your book, you say in order for women to become more comfortable with money management, they first have to address their own relationship with money. So what exactly does that mean?
So you don't realize, like, when you're growing up, things that happened impact you. Like, I remember a lot of things about growing up. Like, one time we had a candlelight dinner, and I thought that was really cool and totally out of character for my family because we weren't romantic at all. But then the next day, the kids next door were making fun of me. I didn't realize our electricity got turned off. But my mom did such a good job of hiding it by saying, oh, we're just going to pretend we're pioneers and we're going to have candles tonight. I had no idea. So that stuck with me. So as a result, I'm very, very careful about spending, and I am very afraid of debt. So I take that with me. And so every one of us has stories like that they carry with us.
And so often, I mean, like I said, there is this fear of the unknown, right? And it's so hard for women sometimes. I'll speak for myself to even dive in, into those conversations with my husband because I don't even know where to begin. So for a woman out there who may be watching who just, is in a divorce situation or is, like you said, is a widow now, where do they start?
Oh, well, I think they want to engage somebody, whether or not it's someone in their family or a professional like myself, just having a partner to navigate those roads. And, if you haven't done something in a long time, it's okay to have a coach. And, like, hey, let's look at Tiger Woods. He's one of the best, and he still has a coach, right? So having a coach to guide you through that, I think, would be a great first place.
So how do we demystify topics like investing, budgeting, or setting savings goals? We have these. I'm connected to mine all day long. Everyone's an expert on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok. How do we kind of take the stigma away of not knowing and not being comfortable with it, right? But then also kind of weeding out the nonsense.
Oh, well, that's difficult, right? Because there is a lot of noise on those phones. I think one of the best places to start is a kitchen table conversation, because I know finances are not normally spoken about at the kitchen table because it was a taboo topic for us growing up. So I think bringing it back to the kitchen table makes it a little bit more like it's okay to talk about this. It's a common conversation, and it makes it okay to talk about the things that you're worried about. And if you have that conversation at the kitchen table, you have it maybe once a quarter, you get a little bit more confidence each time you have that conversation.
And so what would be your main piece of advice for someone out there who's watching? And let's just talk about savings goals in particular. Let's keep it right there because that's what a lot of people want to do, but sometimes it's hard to do. Well, what would be your one piece of advice for that?
Well, I'm going to start with if you have a job that has a 401k plan or some kind of retirement plan, if they offer a match, minimally put as much in to get that match, because that is free money you're leaving on the table if you're not doing that. Now, obviously, if you can do more than that, you want to put more into that retirement plan. And people forget that is their money. Even if they leave that job, that's their money. Nobody can take that away from them.
Is there one common mistake you find that women make more than men when it comes to finances, or one thing that they maybe have trouble overcoming?
Paying ourselves first. Because we're taking care of everyone else. I mean, especially if you have children, right? So you're taking care of your children and then going to your job and taking care of your work. Then you're coming home and taking care of your children. So there's not a lot of...
Speaking to me. Regina.
Not a lot
You
of
been peeking in my window?
I've lived it, my friend. I've lived it. Yeah, so there's not much energy left in the day for yourself. And as your kids get bigger, you know, you realize you're always putting them first. Like, what do they need? They need this before I need something for myself. So we have to retrain ourselves. It's okay to take care of ourselves. It's okay to put money away for our retirement, because that's the only way we're going to have something for ourselves. And we live on average 5 years longer than men, so we need more money.
To sustain. There you go. And we follow rules a little bit better, like you said, right?
Oh, yeah, we actually do. We do.
We make the rules, follow the rules. We're good.
I love that we make the rules.
There you go. All right, Regina, thank you so much for joining us. Your book, Superwoman Wealth, right there. If you want to grab your own copy of Regina's book, it's available wherever books are sold. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you.